When I first arrived as a traveler, as I had in many countries and cities before, nothing in that early encounter felt dramatic. There was no single moment that could explain why it would stay with me. And yet, long after I had left, something remained. Not an image, not a memory, but a question. A question that kept returning no matter how far I traveled. The question itself was hard to explain. At first, it was more of a feeling, one that made me want to understand why everything felt slower here, why people seemed more connected, and why even the simplest moments seemed more meaningful. Gradually, I began to realize the question was never about this place. It was about something I had revealed within me. And over time, it started making sense. To understand it, I first had to learn how to disconnect from the noise, how to enter stillness, and how to listen to my inner voice. We often imagine peace as something distant, a moment untouched by difficulty or loss. We tend to place it somewhere ahead of us, a destination we must reach, a prize we must earn. But peace is far simpler than that. It lives within repetition, care, and attention, within gestures so ordinary that we stop noticing their meaning. Peace is not the absence of struggle, but the way we choose to move through it. Much of life is spent learning how to navigate the world around us. We learn how to speak, achieve, and respond to expectations placed upon us. But far less often do we learn how to sit with ourselves, how to understand the mind we carry through every experience. We become educated in many things, yet remain strangers to part of our own inner lives. But some forms of education begin only when we become quiet enough to hear what resides within. There is a silence that feels empty. Silence we often try to escape by filling every moment with distraction. But then, there is another silence entirely. Silence that feels alive. Silence that does not isolate us from life, but bring us closer to it. many of us, work became tied to pressure, urgency, and identity. We ask each other what we do before asking who we are. Productivity becomes virtue, movement becomes proof of value, and rest starts to feel undeserved. But here, work belongs to life. It's not separate from it. Effort feels different, not rushed, not disconnected from life. And that distinction matters more than we often realize. Because effort can either distance us from ourselves or return us to what matters. Tradition is often misunderstood as nostalgia, a looking backward or resisting what is new. But tradition does not oppose the future. It lives alongside change. In the streets, markets, workplaces, and daily routines. It is memory carried forward, a way of preserving values and wisdom while allowing life to evolve. Progress was never meant to erase what came before, but to move forward without losing what gives life meaning. I came here in search of something I couldn't name. I wanted to understand it, to recognize it, to carry it within myself. And somewhere, through my experiences in Bhutan, the answer slowly revealed itself. What I had been looking for was presence. Presence is not something we find at the end of a journey, but something we slowly learn to live. In the way we allow time to pass, in the way we show up for each other, in the way we treat even the simplest moments as enough. And perhaps this is why this kingdom stays with so many who have been there. Not because it is perfect, or because it offers an escape from reality, but because it raises a question that the modern world rarely considers. What should we protect before it disappears?